Alrighty, folks. So I just toyed with the amp. I just took the dog for a walk around the block. And I got laundry going. You might hear it behind me. My son lent me this amp to use, Jimmy, a while back, and I hadn't even plugged into it since I got it, like probably twice in a month and a half or whatever. But I just took the time. I put the laundry in. Said, well, I'll look for a sound. It's got 16. It's a Vibrochamp XD Fender. It's got 16 amp voice and it's got a dial, so you got from acoustic, almost clean sound, whatever. It doesn't tell you what the sounds are. I'm sure I could look it up online. Number, 1 through 16, and I was using it on 14 or 13 with nasty gain. So I started dialing it back. I went to 12, 11, now I'm at 10. And I got a little bit of gain on it. I think, what do I got the dial on? About 3. So it's not nasty, ratty. It's just got a little, I almost could use it on clean, but whatever. So today I'm gonna do, the all-time favorite scale, teach the blocks of the pentatonic, which I've done before. And I'll touch on a little bit on what else is in them. There's a lot more than what I'm going to touch on, but I got 20 minutes roughly, so I try to keep them short now. Because then the camera automatically stops and it starts another video. If I sit here for 30 minutes, it'll go 20, cut off right in the middle of something, and then start another one, and we'll miss, however much time of it. All right, so we'll do F sharp minor, which is also A major. Every minor pentatonic, all you got to do, if you're playing whatever that second note is, that's your major key. When you go, that note is your major. No matter what key you do it in. You do it in A, that baby finger note right here, that's your major key. Alright, always. It doesn't matter. E minor, it's G. So if you go G to G, you got your major. So back to the F sharp, because I turned this on looking for a sound. So what that is basically, it's Let It Ride, obviously, BTO type-ish. I never play anything exactly right because I don't really care. I hear something go, oh, that's D-A-E, I can hear it. So all this is substitutes of them same chords. That's another version of a D chord. And of course this is A, and then an E bar chord, F sharp minor. Well, I'm doing F sharp minor 7. And that's what he's actually playing. There's 2 guitars in the song, one's going. The more that I sit down and noodle with all these chord variations and different things, simple things, I can hear something on TV in the background and go, oh, and I got a guitar sitting there, and I go, that sounds like C major 7 to such and such to whatever. Like with these these eyes, I watched a documentary. They didn't show them playing it. They had the music going in the background. Then he did play it. I mean, that sounds like a D minor 7 to a C major 7. Just hearing it. I didn't, you know, Randy Bachman was talking about how the song came about, wasn't talking about the music part of it. He was talking about the story of the song coming about. And when I heard it, and then the piano player, I saw him on YouTube a week later, because I already picked up the guitar, and I went, you know, that. Sure enough, keyboard player comes on. Yeah, I don't know, I just had this D minor 7 to C major 7. So the more you spend time practicing scale blocks and stuff, and then the chord variations that are in a little bit of it in them, you hear things, and you know, you can hear it. All right, so back to this. We're going to do the F sharp minor thing. I thought of it when I was looking for a sound going. And then. So. Next position up, you start with the A. This is F sharp minor. And when you see these shapes from position 1, the shape of it, which is the common one, would be called the number 1 block for F sharp minor, because you're starting with the F sharp note. The number 2 block, you're starting with the second note of that F sharp minor pentatonic. And it's the same for any key. If you learn the 5 positions in one key, all you do is you get to play them enough so that you got the number 1 shape, which most everyone does, but they don't have the other ones in between. That's, you know, for the most part. Those are the ones, and now you can go all over the fretboard creating melodies, you know. Just like the Bachman thing with the chords down low, you know. Same thing with the pentatonics. You can create out of the same notes, but you play a part of it up a little higher, whatever, you know. You can make a whole song. There's your major, your A major. And it's got a shape to it. That shape is the same no matter what key you play it in. Your second scale block, you know, if I played E minor, that's the same shape as this one. Same shape, not same note, same shape. Then the second one up in E major, you got, and we're just moving that up 2 frets. So there you go. And then the third one up, it's always this on your third block in your pentatonic, your minor pentatonic. It's, I use the middle finger, baby finger, and it's 3 strings in a row. Then it's a step over. All right? So if I wanted to use that block and play to that F sharp minor, I would just go, you know, and kind of go to the F sharp. If somebody was playing, you know. You could just do that. Kind of thing. All right, so that third block. That's the trick on that third block, is that step over. Now, if you're soloing and you don't have to play that way, you can park your finger. Whatever, you know. So, okay, first block. second block is always, that's your major key that minor pentatonic comes from. Third block, it's that step over. That's the only block that you'll have to do that. You'll step over. And then so your fourth block is starting on this F sharp minor, starting at C sharp. See? And then the last block, before we come back to the number one block up here, we'll be starting at the E, and I call this one the sandwich shape because you've got a middle finger baby, first finger baby for 2 strings, for the 2 middle strings, and then the top one's a middle finger baby finger. Now we're back to the original one, and these ones up here are the same shape as the ones down here. They're just repeating. Alright, so there you go, your F sharp. And then again, you know, I mentioned this in another video. Go up one, slide up and go down the next, slide up on, like this. Now when I get up here, I the baby finger, I ditch that, and there's not enough room up here, so I just you get them down, and then you can start traveling, you know, from one block to the next and create riffs. And the other thing I talked about before is the 6-count stuff. In every block. I'm going to try to hurry it up here because I talk too much. That kind of thing, up through all the blocks. Then there's a 5-count. In all this block, same thing. And then there's this 3-count. Do that in all the blocks. I tend to do a lot of like the pull-off stuff with them. That kind of thing. Because I'm not up on my game, so. Then I and then I start goofing around. I'll run up through. Some days I'll do it in the key of G, sometimes the key of F, different keys. So I got where I've got the blocks down, so I can go to any key I feel like. There's a mood when you're playing a certain key. If I do it in C, it's got a flavor, a different feel. So there's a feel to it all. And then what I'll do, so we're back in the F sharp here, I'll goof around in that key sometimes, for an hour after I go up and down the pentatonic, and I've done that. Then there's also the diatonic. That's just all the key of A major if you do the diatonic's the whole scale. So I'll start toying with things, being as that's from A major, with all kinds of things from A major. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. And goof around with things and stay in that one key of whatever the pentatonic is I went up, and then I'll go into the diatonic scale, then into arpeggios and dyads and all that, and just goof around listening to what things sound like, and you come up with a lot of ideas that way. Have a good day, folks. I hope I didn't go over